こるこの社会もいたずらに力を振りまく犯罪者も粛清対象だ。全ては正しき社会のために。
Hello folks, it's Solomon Lee, your favorite philosopher, author, martial artist, and officially, as of this moment forwards, a villain. And in time I hope to become a supervillain, but we'll get into more about that later. So essentially I want to declare openly that I do identify as a villain, and I am pretty proud of that actually. And I want to make sure that there's no misunderstandings. Just because I'm a villain doesn't necessarily mean that I'm an evil person. And while I don't condone evil, I do understand that in many cases, small evils can accomplish a greater good, which is why I've chosen to become a villain for the greater good. We can discuss semantics, we could discuss practicality, we could even go into utilitarianism if you want to, but this isn't the right video for that. This is simply my introduction video to explain, just very briefly, why I've decided to become a villain. And a big part of that is because, for the most part, I'm trying to make the world a better place, and I've been doing that for all my life. So I've never met anyone else who's actually had a similar sort of life experience, or even a life direction as I have, and I've spent close to the last 3 decades constantly pursuing good, pursuing excellence, pursuing the benefit of mankind, humanity in general. And I'm not going to lie, I've done a lot of good. I think I've contributed in many ways. You can ask people I've worked with, my friends, peers, well-wishers, etc., family, and for the most part, I have some pretty glowing reviews. The people who generally don't get along with me aren't the types of people who align with my morals and views, which usually revolve around selflessness, contribution, nobility. These concepts are all very important to me. At the same time, I've spent so long not just trying, but being good in many ways, in all facets, spiritually, realistically, for the community, in terms of self, that for the most part, I think I have actually neglected a part of myself. I've neglected who I want to be, and I think that suppressing that is actually an evil concept. Human beings are meant to be able to express their full potential, and I think that I've actually achieved the limits of what I can actually do as a heroic or good person. So essentially, I'm giving villainy a shot. I do feel like this is a calling that's been on my mind for not just in the last couple of years, but it's always been at the back of my mind. This idea of what society needs, and not being afraid to be the evil that is necessary to help the good bloom. So I do want to underline that I am a villain, but for the greater good. A lot of that's not going to change who I am as a person, but going forward, it will probably change some of the directions, some of the KPIs, the priorities I take in my life. And I hope that you'll continue joining me on that journey. I hope that we'll be able to have many deep, thorough, and interesting discussions. And also hope that, if necessary, if you feel like my ways, my goals, my concepts and strategies are antithetical to you, then I hope that you will oppose me if you feel strongly enough. Because the last thing we want, whether you're good or evil, is to be a hypocrite. That's neither here nor there. Anyhow, I didn't want to go into too much detail in this video about my motivations leading up to this point, but I would like to end on a more lighthearted note. There are 12 villains, my Villainous Zodiac, as you would have seen from the start of the video, who inspired me in many ways to adopt my new persona as a villain. So I thought I'd go into a bit of details about them. Before that though, here's a list of the 12 villains who are runner-ups into my Zodiac. those were the 12 villains who were potentially going to make it to my Villainous Zodiac, but in the end they couldn't make it through the semifinals. I'm not saying that they weren't important or poignant in shaping my decision process, but a big part of why they weren't chosen is simply because I don't think that the direction going forwards is as crucial involving those villains as the ones we're going to discuss now. And I'll just be glossing through them, but if you'd like to go into more detail, I actually wrote a piece on each of these villains and their motivations, as well as the similarities that I personally felt drew me most strongly to them. And if you'd like to check that out on my Facebook page, Solomon Lee, I've included the links in the description. So if you're interested, have a look at that. But without further ado, let's have a look at the 12 villains of my official Villainous Zodiac.
Are you finished?
Tell me, did I have any part to play in this?
No.
Nani? Time Alter! Double Axel!君はいつか奴と巨悪と対決しなければならないかもしれん。
戸村死柄木のことだ。なんだよ、嘘だろオールマイト。まさかじゃあれがオール・フォー・ワン。
さてやるか。
You have any sugar around here?
Sugar? Sure. Here you go. Sorry it's not in packages. Want some cream?
No.
Abolish disease, to eliminate crime, to establish a perfectly content, perfectly ordered world, all under the benevolence of my iron will.
I thought we might hit this little snag. You seem to be laboring under the delusion that I'm going to... What was the phrase? Come quietly. Well, I can tell you this. I have no intention of going to Azkaban.
Enough of this. Take him!
His name was Ogata Ishinnsai.
Countdown! Go!
And so the time has come.
3, 2, 1!
Darth Krayt. Now, this is someone I truly admire. Honestly, it's a shame that Disney will probably never adapt him, but if they do, they'd have a villain that could last probably, 5 movies at least. This is someone who's done it all, been all. Started out as a Jedi, eventually became a Sith, and then rose beyond that to become something greater than both.
The human race was always your favorite, Doctor. But now, there is no human race. There is only the Master Race.
先生微言大义，吾道一以贯之。先生的道是大象无形，超然物外，无限于世间；而我的道则在人间。
那就不要在意天下的误解了。富者赠人以金，我没有金子，就赠你这几句话吧。
世人也许很容易了解夫子的痛苦，但未必能体会夫子在痛苦中所领悟到的境界。
我宁愿当一个能够实现自己抱负的奸雄。自古以来，大奸似忠，大伪似真，忠义和奸恶都不是能够从表面就能看得出来的。也许你们从前错看了我曹操，现在又看错了，可是我仍然是我，我从来都不怕别人错看我。
动手吧！你在被别人当剑使，难道你还不明白吗？
左盟主，你现在已经成废人了，我不会和你一般计较，我只是要知道，你现在还能当五岳盟主吗？
我没下，我没下，我没下！
And there we have it, folks. Solomon Lee, the villain, with his villainous inspirations of the villainous Zodiac. So, I suppose the only question now is how to proceed moving forwards.
Family, religion, friendship. These are the 3 demons you must slay if you wish to succeed in business.
If you do oppose me, that's good. A villain's role is to ensure that he can help shape the hero, basically provide a test, an obstacle that the hero can overcome. I'll be looking forward to all of you young heroes in the world and what you'll be able to accomplish. And remember, despite how it seems, I'm actually on your side. Now, if you are fundamentally opposed to me and wish to stop me...
来い！来てみろ、偽物ども！